Here in the United States and across the globe, knowing your risk factors, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and eating proper is key. We are so excited to welcome cardiologist Dr. Jane Morgan. She's here to help us understand the current state of our heart and how that compares to what's normal. Dr. Morgan, always love having you here. Thank you so
Amber.
much.
I love being here.
Well, I kind of wavered on that word normal because I remember last time you were here, you said that what we think is normal probably isn't.
That's right. That's right. There are any number of things that can be normal depending on how we live our lives. But you're right. The number one risk to Americans of death is heart disease. It's also our number one unmanaged risk. And we have to remember that, especially for women, because women often think in terms of reproduction and sexual function. And so the default is breast cancer is something that I should be concerned about. And certainly it is. But it actually comes in number 7 on the list of things that are killing women. Heart disease is number 1.
Which is shocking to so many people. But I think the more and more we talk about it, the more important it is. I know you travel throughout the country speaking to people all the time. What's the number one question you get about heart issues and what's actually normal?
Yeah, you know, the number one thing I get is, what should I be doing at midlife? I keep hearing there are things I should be doing during perimenopause, but I don't exactly know what those are. And so I try to talk with people and connect the dots between how perimenopausal symptoms, the most common, the ones that people know about, are hot flashes and night sweats. But the fact of the matter is, Amber, there are over 100 symptoms. So oftentimes when women come to me and say, I really don't have any perimenopausal symptoms, that's probably not true. You haven't been taught what they are. And so you probably are. Why do I care about that as a cardiologist? Because those symptoms are indicative of your estrogen levels dropping. And as your estrogen levels drop, women lose the protection of their heart. And so I want to connect those symptoms for you to think about heart disease. Now when you see your doctor, you have a different focus. It's not all about the perimenopausal symptoms, which may or may not be bothersome to you. It's about, this is a signal that it's time for me to really think about protecting my heart.
It's shocking that some of these symptoms are so similar to everything else. It wasn't until recently that I heard that during perimenopause, your cholesterol can go up.
I know.
And they don't tell you that
That's
because you
right.
go into the doctor. I was guilty of this, having higher cholesterol.
Right.
Like, I'm not doing anything different.
That's exactly right. Oh my gosh, you are the textbook. I'm not doing anything differently, but I'm gaining weight. My cholesterol is going up. Now my blood pressure is high. Here is the issue too. Those things can change in between your well visits. From one visit to the next, during that year, you suddenly have a change. And the time to find that out, ideally, is not when you see your physician. It's during the course of when that's rising. It's one of the reasons why home blood pressure monitoring is really, really something that people should consider, because we need to have the power to inform our physician when these changes are coming. But women are unaware, so we don't know. We go to the doctor and we're caught by surprise. And here's the thing, the doctors are caught by surprise as well, because even physicians do not yet understand the connection of perimenopause and menopause to heart health. Through no fault of our own, through no fault of women, we simply weren't trained on it.
Right.
It's not in medical school. It's not a part of our residency. It's not a part of our fellowship training. It's sort of a non-factor. And so people are having to kind of rewind once the horse is out of the barn and go, hey, there's a part of training that I didn't get. I need to kind of go back and figure out what this is.
Because the first thing they want to do is blame it on stress.
Right.
Are you stressed about anything?
Oh my goodness.
Well, yes, a lot.
That's right. That's always the default, unfortunately, for women because of the way our health system is set up. And so panic attacks, anxiety disorders, depression. In fact, the prescriptions for antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications double during the perimenopausal years. That's not by coincidence. And the fact of the matter is, since we're being misdiagnosed, maybe we are depressed now.
Right, that's so true.
You're going from doctor to doctor to doctor. You know your body. You know something is wrong. Maybe an antidepressant is the answer, since we're not getting the correct diagnosis, because we really are depressed.
Well, and it's frustrating because
super
you
frustrating.
know when your heart something else is going on.
That's right.
But one thing that shocked me last time, and it actually got me going, and then I kind of deep dived into it more, is that those levels that we thought are normal for so long, and we see on our test results, that's actually not accurate either.
Yeah, so normal actually means something differently sometimes in perimenopause. So let's look at vitamin D levels. Your vitamin D levels can be normal, right, all of your life. And then during perimenopause, and that can start as early as 35 years of age. So that really just means those 10 or 12 years leading up to menopause, where your hormone levels are starting to become more erratic and gradually decline. They don't just fall off a cliff one day,
right,
or they don't, unfortunately, go down at a perfect descent so we can just measure it along the way. No, that would just be too easy. They're haphazard. They're up, they're down, they're sideways. That's why you get those symptoms, what we call those vasomotor symptoms, where you're suddenly hot, you're suddenly cold. That's the roller coaster that we're on with our hormones. And so the problem is then it's hard to really measure that and find out what it means.
That's why it's so important to have the information and have a really great doctor-patient relationship. Dr. Morgan, you're staying with us. We have more questions for you.
Okay,
Thank
I'm happy
you so
to answer
much.
them.
You can find all this info so far on bloomtampabay.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.